If you're going to use Camtasia to produce your audio file for this week's assignment, here's a quick tutorial on how to do that. When you open up Camtasia, make sure that you have a blank screen. That means a blank timeline and a blank clip bin. Then look for the voice narration tool. If it's currently not showing on your toolbar, go ahead and click on More and pull down to Voice Narration. Now in this window, what you'll need to do first is to go to the Audio Setup Wizard. Click on that and follow the instructions. The first thing you'll do is to select the microphone that you'll be using. Then make sure that microphone is selected in the recording source. When you click on Audio Format, the default is PCM, and that's just fine. Leave that as it is. Clicking on Next will give you a volume check. Click on Auto Adjust Volume. You'll get a 3, 2, 1 countdown, and then speak the sample sentence. This allows Camtasia to test your audio settings to make sure you're not too high, not too low. Click on Finish. Now you're back on the Camtasia work screen. Now you're going to select your track. It's probably best to record on audio track 2 since audio 1 is linked to video. So go down to your Tracks tool and turn off audio track 1 and turn on audio track 2. Now you're ready to record. I'm going to readjust my workspace here so that I can see the Start Record button and the microphone volume at the same time. Once you're ready to record, click on Start Recording and count to 3 or 5 without saying anything. This records the background noise in the room where you're recording. After you have sampled that background noise, go ahead and speak your piece. Then, once you click on Stop Recording, Camtasia will automatically prompt you to save your file. I highly recommend that you create a production folder for every project that you do. In this case, I'll call it Unit 2 Production Folder, and I'll even number my test file here. Now you're taken back to the Camtasia work screen. Notice that Camtasia has put the audio file down on audio track 2. However, you still have the voice narration screen up. So what you want to do now is to start editing the audio. So click on the Audio tool, and as you can see, the waveform down there change colors so that you have your audio tools ready to edit. Expand or zoom out so that you get a really good full look at that audio wave file there. Make sure that your cursor is all the way at the beginning. Now the next thing you're going to do is to enable noise removal. In this Camtasia 7, whenever you click on Enable Noise Removal, Camtasia will automatically try to select an area on your audio recording where there is no speaking and sample the background noise and remove it automatically, as you'll see happen here. Now, once Camtasia has done its automatic thing, go ahead and play it back and see if you're happy. Sometimes Camtasia gets it just right. Sometimes Camtasia takes out too much. You see, whenever you remove noise, any frequency that is in the noise and is also in your voice will be removed. So if you remove too much noise, that can affect the full quality of your voice. So it results in kind of a tinny mechanical sound to your voice. And what you'll need to do if that happens at this stage is to go to Manual Noise Removal. And here's how you do that. First, you'll click on Advanced, pull everything up so that you can see it. Then take the check mark out of Enable and you'll see that Camtasia put the noise back. Then you select an area on the audio file, the waveform, where there is no speaking. Once you have selected that area, then click on use manual noise selection. Camtasia will sample only that part and remove only the frequencies from that part. Test it. If it's still too much, reselect and move the slider down. And oftentimes this is a back and forth process of removing a little more, removing a little more, oops, too much, put some back in. In other words, your goal is to remove the maximum amount of noise while maintaining your vocal quality. Now, to edit or cut portions of the audio file, there are two ways to do that. They both begin by you selecting what it is that you want to cut. And way number one is to use the scissors tool. Or you can also do split. You can split on either side of what it is you want to remove. Click on the split, and then right-click and select Remove from Timeline. And I'm sorry you couldn't see the command there. Now, to produce this audio file, you're probably going to have to add an image or something to the video timeline. And it doesn't matter what image you put up there, any JPEG or PNG, it will be fine. It's just a space holder. And once you have that image up to the video line, you're then ready to go to Produce and Share. Select Produce and Share. The default is Web, and you will need to change that to Custom. Select Custom Production Settings. Click Next. And select MP3 audio only. And Camtasia will probably select that for you. Click Next. If you want to preview, it's a good idea. It's not a big deal with just a 30-second clip here, but once you get a full video on there, you definitely will want to preview your settings. That's the first 10 to 15 seconds before spending hours to render an entire video file with all of its components and then find out that your settings weren't correct. So although preview isn't that important with just an audio file, once you do have all the elements of a video there and it's a big old honking file that's going to take hours to render, you definitely want to do those checks. Okay, click Next. Be sure that you're going to be saving this to a production folder. You don't want your files all over the place. Give it a name. And you can even start numbering things. Is a good idea to do that so that you'll have the different versions in order. Click Finish and Camtasia will render. It doesn't take long to render an audio file, and then it plays it back.